What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Parts and Pieces. And today on Parts and Pieces, we're going to be doing a character that I was trying to once again go for another character. I was trying to go for Wesley Snipes. I got a head from JMK Customs of a Wesley Snipes from Demolition Man that is on point fire. And I had this body laid out for it, but I made the skin tone too dark because it was my first time doing Ritt dye, doing an African American figure, so I couldn't use that head sculpt. But ironically, that same day I was in Ollie's and picked up this Michael B. Jordan head sculpt from Black Panther, but it's the what if version, the cartoon version. So I just picked it up. It wasn't nothing but a couple of bucks, man. I think they gave it to me for like $2 or $3. So I said, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but I'll grab it anyway because the Michael B. Jordan head sculpt is iconic, especially in the black community. You want to create a black figure. I didn't know that same day or next day, I'll be using it on the kit bash that I was working on. So I Ritt dyed the head and put it on this body, man. My man Lonzo Wilkinson showed me, told me about a little pointer about getting earplugs to put in to make this Marvel Legends head sculpt fit, because Marvel Legends are notoriously known for not matching up just naturally with G.I. Joe classified ball pegs, man. But man, this has turned out to be one great custom kit bash, a true character that I built. His name is Smoke. He's part of my Wu-Tang, my cream team. So all these Wu-Tang figures you see, it's the cream team basically. And this guy right here, name is Smoke. And we're gonna go through the parts and pieces, what it took to put them together, man. It was quite interesting. Dope character, permanent member in my Wu-Tang squad. And we got water slides, Ritt dyes, and boil and pop. So let's get into it. Alright, so this is basically what I was talking about right here. This is the figure I was trying to make. Shout out to Mikey from JMK Customs. $35 for the head sculpt. He painted it up for me, sent it to me, and it's dope, man. Whenever I get around to this, this is the body that I'm going to use for Wesley. Outback's upper body, Beachhead's lower legs, or maybe even Outback's legs, man. But that upper body definitely matches Wesley when he was in his prime. Not too big, not too small. But I made the figure that we're going to eventually end up making too dark. And Wesley's a dark brother, but I got to match those Ritt dyes of it. Not going to be perfect. But this, what I had, wasn't going to work out, man. So, I had to kind of start anew. But I do have the base template. One day you will see this Demolition Man Wesley. If I can find a jumper to put on, I would. But if not, man, I'm not really going with that. The head sculpt is everything. That was Wesley. So, we're going to throw the boys in the pot. That body got the Wesley head sculpt off, of course, safely and secure. I got that water steaming hot. I like it steaming hot so we can separate it from the pot. It's almost just like chicken or any type of meat. You almost kind of want it falling off the bone so you ain't got to struggle with these figures, because you can't snap pegs off. Once it's cold and that steam coming out of that crock pot, boy, that's a beautiful thing. Well, that figure nice and heated up. So, we're going here, and I'm basically just going to disassemble this guy a little bit. I want to take his arms off because now I was going to Ritt dye the figure anyway, but now I'm gonna Ritt dye the arms or whatnot and do what I need to do. Ritt dye the neck, so we got that off. Best web gear in the game, Beachhead. I love his web gear. It brings a kit bash together so well. It makes two separate parts mend. The marriage is basically like the wedding ring. Got the diaper off. Looks like here, because I'm doing this in retrospect, I was struggling with the arm. You definitely don't want to pull on these if they are not hot and soft enough, because you will rip that bail off in there that plugs into the arm. So you definitely, if you need to throw it back in, throw it back in. There's no way you can hurt these figures, not unless you just left the shit there all day, and it's just warped. I don't know who would do that, but I mean, when you got that water steaming hot, it look like a potions concoction or concoction in there. You got it good and hot there, and there's enough, steam and water running all through that body. So I'm still kind of struggling with this guy a little bit. And you got to think, man, these things weren't meant to be broken apart. And that's, see how I'm pulling on that? How that, you don't want to start doing that. I was about to really screw up and mess up an Outback buck, and that's almost sacrilegious to do that. You can't do that. So you see, I'm throwing it back in the pot, yo. It's just like cooking. It ain't ready yet. It ain't ready yet. You wouldn't cook, you wouldn't eat uncooked food, would you? No, you know. So you definitely want to get your figure to where it needs to be. And the way that thing was pulling, it scared me, you know, just looking back at it, man. But you definitely want to get those soft enough, man, so you can pop them out. And that's the beautiful thing about a G.I. Joe classified. It's not meant to be taken apart. See, I got that. See that mushroom head? Yeah, if that ain't hot enough, you definitely could break that off. But it's definitely something beautiful when you put those parts that wouldn't be supposed to be taken apart and put together and make natural human anatomy. You see, I'm pointing to that bell, how it goes in there. You definitely don't want to snap that off. That's a big no-no. It's done. It's a done deal after that. You have to pretty much get another arm. So looks like what I got going on here. Oh, we're gonna start the process of Ritt dyeing for the first time. This is my first time. You see on there it says synthetic. Make sure the Ritt dye is synthetic. I got some chocolate brown. I got 2 parts to 1. What's 2 parts to 1? That's 2 tablespoons to 1 tablespoon of the heavier color versus the color you kind of want to mix in. Usually when you're doing skin complexions, nobody's just strictly brown. Like I'm brown with a red undertone because my mama likes skin. Okay, nobody's strictly white. You know what I'm saying? They have a pink undertone, or you know, or maybe a tan, orange. You know, maybe Donald Trump, or is that spray on? Okay, my bad. But look, you want to mix that complexion up right. You want 2 browns to a black if you want a medium African American person. But and be honest with you, I left my man in, so he's dark. I was gonna call him black. You know what I'm saying? Yo, tell Black to get a Dutch from that store. Black, get a Dutch, baby. You remember that from Wu-Tang Forever? But no, I ended up calling him Smoke. I think Smoke a little bit more better. He just kind of got a mysterious look to him, you know, once I finally got done with this. But as you can see, looks like I'm putting a 1 part black in. That black Ritt dye is not synthetic, but it did work. It worked well combined with the brown synthetic Ritt dye. That is the black Ritt dye I originally started out with when I tried to dye something black, and it just did not take. You have to make sure that it says synthetic on your Ritt dye. If not, it will not take. No, so I guess I'm just heating up the water now. I usually don't do a stir and mix until the water's heated up. So right here, I am about to drop my parts in, and I'm putting in the hot water. You see there, it's steaming hot. Once again, with the Ritt dye, you want the water to be steaming hot, okay? And then you put a good stir on it, because you want to blend those colors. You want to make it blended to one complexion. You remember, you got 2 different colors in there. Or sometimes if you want to do a Caucasian person and give them a more realistic suntan, you want to go with maybe an orange, a red, and a yellow combined, or maybe just 2 of those. But sometimes I think maybe 3 will definitely help it out. And you want to put a good stir, because you got these different colors blending, trying to make one color, just like almost when you're painting. You know, you got 2 separate colors. You need to take that brush and twirl it in to get those colors to start mixing together and forming another color, like a red and yellow making orange. You know, so you definitely want to do that. And if you don't understand what I'm saying, just when next time you eat hot dogs, just take your ketchup and mustard and twirl it together. You used to do that shit when you was a kid. So that's the basis to understand. That's the analogy of it. So as you see here, I'm about to drop these parts. I'm dropping them. This is the first time I ever done this shit before, and I could not believe it when it came out. Man, this only, like, I don't think I filmed this in real time, but man, it only took a couple of minutes. Maybe 2-3 minutes. And as you can see, this was the more paler Outback buck, because Outback is a redhead. He has kind of like a little tan to him, but Falcon is pale. And man, I just could not believe. I'm like, oh my god, yo, they are the parts are African American. Like, and when it dries and it cures out and you know everything is good, it's like it's got a real complexion to it, man. That's beautiful, really, man. So Ritt dye is the key. I'm glad I finally got that locked down. As you can see, my wife in the background and shit. I forgot she was talking to me. In the kitchen cooking up, baby. I mean, wow, look at this. I finally did it, man. And I'm sorry, man. I mean, I should have had the camera rolling live, but man, it took like 2 minutes, man, to turn them arms into Choco Brown, and it looks beautiful. Beautiful. I think I matched with Wesley's skin tone almost perfect, man. So, as y'all can see here, the chocolate Ritt dye and the black Ritt dye, 2 minutes, steaming hot water, turn Outback straight into a black dude. Word. Okay, that wasn't retrospect. That commentary was actually me live that day. And you see how excited I was, man. But no, it didn't match Mr. Wesley's skin tone, man. But it did come out with a good skin tone. I screwed up, though. You see how my elbows are nice and even? I was so excited, and it was my first time doing it, I forgot to bend the elbows on there. So when I bend the elbows, you still see the Caucasian hinges inside there. You can't see them now, but I had to go back and basically Ritt dye again, make up another a mixture for that, man, to get that done, man. But here you see me painting the gray Outback shirt because I wanted it black. I don't know if I decided to go with my man yet, with Michael B. Jordan's head sculpt, but the shirt was gonna be black regardless. And I was gonna make Wesley a member of Wu-Tang, but I don't know if I'm gonna continue on with that. You always change when you got ideas going. So I think when I had to drop these arms again, and I noticed like, oh man, you can kind of almost see it down there. There's a shadow on it, but inside the hinge, it looks a little Caucasian. Like, that's when I decided to go with, hey, let me throw Kilmonger head in there since I'm about to put this complexion up there and see if I can get him to match up, man. And it ended up matching very well. But as you can see here, I got this shirt painted up with the hand paint, man. You know, I had to paint this several times. So don't just think I painted this one time over and over. I probably painted this thing 5 or 6 times and sealed it just to get that cheap paint to lock in, and just to get the paint to lock in, period, on the hinges. All right, before we spray this Falcon upper body, I just want to say, like, as far as the black paint, this ain't nothing but like some little cheap paint. You know, and as I get deeper in the game, especially I want to do some wild stuff, I'm going to step my paint game up. But I don't do too much. As you see, I paint a lot of black because, you know, I'm just taking it from the beginning. And they come out good enough, you know, so I think I'm ready to step my game up. But I will say this Apple Crate Jet Black is a great paint, man. The way it goes on, it already comes out kind of liquidy, goes on really good. And as far as this Falcon, aka Outback buck, this gray shirt, I don't need a primer, man. It goes on no problem. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm about to spray with this Mr. Super Clean and lock this in, and then I might do some touching up here and there, and then maybe hit it one more time, man, with that. But nothing crazy, just real quick. Shake up. And all I want to do, I want to lock my paint job in. That's all I'm trying to do. Nothing crazy, the way it's dripping, you know, just get it where you hit it, because we're going to hit it one more time. But I'm going to let that dry. Alright, y'all see this here? Even, I think, probably when I was just spraying just now, I didn't know I was going to do Kilmonger. But, obviously, I dropped my orange in again because the inside hinges, you know, are Ritt dyed in the color they need to be. And I dropped his head to try to match it up as close as I possibly could. It's not dead on, but it's good enough. But, this is the point, like, yo, I'm feeling this right here, and you see Quick Kick in the background. Now you see both of them, and like I said, I'm doing this retrospect, which is crazy. Now you see both of them with their W's on and shit. So man, it was just a crazy process. I didn't think I was actually even gonna make these two figures, the Quick Kick and this Wu-Tang figure here, man, which is Smoke, my man Smoke. You know, just an original figure, which I was kind of happy to do. Just to kind of just come up something original. Of course, it's not original. I'm using parts from, you know, different namesakes already, man. But just to make a long story short, man, this ended up being a great project. I got the W on. It's looking real good. I took the ESU
cops glasses, because I got so many. If you follow my channel, you know I always scream about Army building that police officer. Then you start ending up with more and more fodder. And look, these glasses worked out great on him. It gives him a more mysterious look. I don't know if I'm gonna make him like an android, you know what I'm saying, or not, you know, who's kind of like a synthetic, you know what I'm saying. But that's what type of mysterious look. And he's so dark, you know what I'm saying. It's dope. He's dark and lovely, baby. But I'm putting water on the ball joint of the shoulder there, because I want to put the W on the shoulder. And once I get it set, I'm not gonna mess with it. I'm gonna let it dry up a little bit. Then I'm gonna hit it with some flat, you know, sealer, and you know, just to lock it in, and then hit it with some microsol. You know, just kind of do that process, kind of get this thing really locked in. As you can see here, I dipped it in the water for maybe about, I'll give it up to a minute. You could do it, you know, before it starts separating itself, and you kind of slide it off the paper, and you want to go directly from sliding from the paper to the figure, because if you don't, you got some problems in your hand. You could do it, but it just starts getting tricky, you know what I'm saying, and it sticks to your finger and all types of stuff. But all in all, man, I am satisfied with this figure here. He is a great member to Wu-Tang. I needed some more brothers in Wu-Tang because I was running out of G.I. Joe African American heads. So now I know I can look to Marvel Legends. Remember, get that earplug, swimmer's earplug, and put it on that ball peg. It'll lock a head in, man. But we got us a figure here. Smoke.
All right, I'm glad you guys enjoyed that episode of Parts and Pieces, man, of my original character Smoke from my Cream team, my Wu-Tang Clan team. And it was a lot of fun. Look out for more episodes. This is what this series is about: boiling, popping, same thing over and over again, Ritt dying, custom painting, and things of that nature, man, just for beginners. I'm a beginner myself. You know, I don't do this for money or anything like that, and I just felt like I see a lot of people always asking about boil and pops in the G.I. Joe groups on Facebook. So hey, I decided, hey, let's boil and pop together. But this is the Savage Land. Give me a like if you're watching this video this far. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe. Stop lurking. Join the gang, man. We got a lot of great G.I. Joe content over here, and just toy content in general. And with that being said, this is the Savage Land. I'll see you on the next episode of Parts and Pieces. God bless.